Welcome back to Forfar for the end of season review, and what a season it's been. I mean, we didn't quite mathematically get over the line last time, but spoilers, we have. I mean, we needed a point or Montrose not to drop any points from the last 4 games. So it was pretty much nailed on. And yeah, it's the last day of the season. We're at home to Peterhead, which should be fun. We've been scoring goals for fun all season. Let's see if we can finish off with a hatful. Well, the eagle-eyed of you will have spotted a few newcomers back there. There's Dobby and the Ravenclaw Common Room, and my Southampton St Mary's Street sign back up there now. There'll be more things appearing over the next sort of few weeks, but of course on the YouTube channel you probably won't see them. You'd have to join me streaming for that. But anyway, enough of that. Back to business. Look at these budgets. Nearly £1 million in the transfer budget, which we really do not need to spend, because at this level you can pick up talent for free easily. I mean, let's face it, we picked up a side that dominated this division for nothing last season, basically. And we've got 1.27 million in wage budget, which is 4 times what we currently have. We now have a reserve side. As you can see, obviously, there's basically no one in it at the moment. These are all first-team players who just happen to have played games for reserves. What this means is, firstly, we can give players who aren't in the first-team lineup on a regular basis matches to keep them sharp, and we know how important sharpness is on this channel. And secondly, it's somewhere for our youngsters to go. Now, we've had our youth intake. It's not great, but then it was never likely to be. But if they want to sign a few players to really low-level contracts, I'm happy for them to do that, to get in there, just in case they become any good. We can always get rid of them at a later date. Now, another important thing is we, no, it's not there, it's here. We have a senior affiliate, and I got a choice of Dundee, Aberdeen or St Johnstone, and given our history with St Johnstone this season, it had to be them, didn't it? Basically, as you can see here, they can send us players on loan. We won't have to pay for those players. We can get a friendly out of them, hopefully. They pay us 33 grand a year just because. So that they can send us players. Obviously, if we get to the same division, they're currently top flight, so that would be at least 2 years away. By which point, we won't need them, because with the money backing we've got, it's not a situation we'll need to be in. What we could then try and do is see if we can find maybe a quality English affiliate and get them to send them their young players. Anyway, so yeah, things are developing quite nicely. The board did do some, they were improving training facilities. I didn't even ask for that; they just did it. Right, now let's get on with things, because we're all here for the football, aren't we? We're not here for the backroom, boardroom stuff. Although it has made it a bit more interesting this year, hasn't it? Well, let's be honest. Right, now, are these correct? Probably want to shove you onto your left foot as well, actually, don't we? Yeah, right, going hard on Kieran Shouks, who apparently is the worst performing forward, so Q hat-trick. Right. Now, one interesting little bit of news. He's on the bench today, but Kevin Milne, who I believe got promised by Ayr United that if he hit 7 or more goals whilst here, they would up his playing time to, I think, fringe player. So obviously sort of put him on the fringes of their own squad. He scored 8 now, so well done, Kevin. Basically, he's helped us out, he's helped himself out. Can't argue with that. Yep, pick up where you left off last time out. Last time out, by the way, was a 4-0 win over Stranraer. The game before that was an 8-1 win over Spartans away from home. And the other game, the game that actually clinched us the title was, given that it's us, we needed a point to clinch the title, so all we took was a point against East Fife, in case you're wondering. Aye. Panic stations at the back for Peterhead. So yeah, that secured us title. Since when we've been somewhat imperious, to be fair. And hopefully we will continue that today. I don't know why you didn't shoot there, Lubala. You've scored from a very similar situation in the last 2 weeks. And now, basically, you've launched a counter-attack because you didn't shoot when you probably should have done. Come on, boys. You've let him run a hell of a long way. Okay. Alright. Pretty sure a more confident centre-back would have just nodded that back to his keeper, but who am I to judge? I did get something saying that some bloke called Daly was the favourite to be player of the season in League 2. And I was like, really? Not one of our boys then? You wouldn't say, with the season we've had. I mean, 3 of ours are in the running, and I wouldn't put it past them to get it. Oh, look at that, Lubala. One of the ones in the running, by the way. I think Blackwell, who crossed it for him, is another one. And Henderson, who probably should have been on the end of it, but wasn't, is the other. So, yeah, we have got plenty of players. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Henderson didn't quite tap it in at the near post. Lubala at the far post. So, yeah, I will be expecting one of my boys to win player of the season because, frankly, we have been so much better than everyone else. And obviously, I am expecting to win manager of the season for Scottish League 2. Oh my good lord. Did you really need to do that? I mean, you could. It's just a suggestion. You could have just let it bounce out for a goal kick, couldn't you? What with the fact no one was near you and it was clearly heading that way? What was that as a pass? Not entirely sure. Oh dear. Oof. That's not troubling the keeper, which was lucky because he left his far post wide open. Do I need to have a little shouty shout again, boys? No, good. Well done. Although we have only had one shot, I am going to have a shout because you've done nothing. You've scored one tap-in and that's it. That's literally all you've done all day. Bear in mind this lot scored 4 against you last time we played them. Granted, we scored 6. Not the point. Oh. Now you see that looked like a penalty, didn't it? But no, apparently that's fine. Perfectly timed challenges, a la one of the goals we got against Spartans. Penalties. You get the feeling someone's mixed a file up somewhere. And what is supposed to be the foul animation is wrongly labelled the penalty animation? Or the you know what I mean. The perfect tackle, or the good tackle animation is labelled the penalty animation and vice versa. It would be such a simple explanation of one of the most frustrating thing in the game, quite frankly. And I know I'm not alone. I should have put a comment on Loki's video the other day when he asked if anyone else was experiencing it. Saying, well, yes. Very much so. Definitely the worst thing in the game. Anyway. I mean, you can tell what this game's been like because I am waffling on about stuff completely unrelated to the action on the pitch, generally speaking. Go on, Farrell. Go on, son. Just run. Just run. I don't really care where you go at this point. Just keep the ball and run. Well, 1 out of 2. Still not good enough, lads. There are those who would say that would make them look like the better team, aren't there? I am far from pleased. And you know it, because it's all green. given the money we've got to spend, do you think you lot can afford to, put in a laissez-faire attitude, shall we say? Because theoretically, I could replace every single one of you with a better player. I won't, simply because it will destroy team cohesion if I do that. While we're on that subject, what I'm probably planning to do is to try and bolster the team with maybe 6 or 7 really good quality signings. So a few of this first team, the likes of Lubala, probably Farrell, Blackwell, maybe, McCallum. I mean, Morrison's iffy. So I mean, there's a number of them in there who could compete certainly for starting spots and probably will keep starting spots. Several of them, but there are also places up for grabs, and several people in that lineup will be a backup next season at best. Especially if they've only got 1 year left on their contract, which means we'll probably just keep them on until that contract runs out, and then we'll look to replace and upgrade further. From what I remember, the club vision was like a steady growth and not expecting to leap straight out of League One. I'm given the money they've given me now, maybe they are, but we will see. But yeah, it doesn't need to be a massive rebuild, and of course we probably will need a bit of strength in depth as well to be signed, because we've got quite a few coming out of contract, and not enough are going to be dropping down to sort of second level players. Win it. Hold on. Okay. Oh, good block. Right, I'm still not happy, quite frankly. Sloppy, I think you'll find. That's what we can call this. Right, Farrell and Machel just not really been on it, have you two? Right, let's get you two on. And let's get Matty Allen on for you as well. Let's shake things up a bit. Let you know that, what I've just been talking about in the summer definitely still applies even during this match. You are not untouchable by any means. Okay, how well you've done this season. It's a step up. I'm not entirely sure how much of a step up League One is from League Two in Scotland. Can't imagine there's that much talent up there for it to be much of a jump. Which means, oh, there we go. Immediately, Kevin Milne comes on. See, 10th goal of the season. Boy's done well. Would not object to having him back, or even, potentially, because he's young, signing him. He's been training well. He's been improving quite nicely. So we might have a little bit of a look at Mr. Milne and see if we can bring him in on a permanent basis. Might have to spend some of that cash we've got. I don't really want to. Quite like to pump it all into wages, really, because imagine the wages we could pay with that. That'd be 2.1 million. We would have, well, nearly 2.2, in fact, over 2.2. So yeah, I think we could attract some real talent with that, and probably then destroy League One if we did. Blackwell nips it across. Oh, Milne. Oh, the commentary was right. It did look easier to score. Oh my word. If he'd just let it hit him in the face, it would have been a goal. Blackwell. Oh, it's a tragic own goal for Quitongo, who has come up on my radar many a time and oft. And we did consider him for left back. I think we made the right decision not actually signing him. Right, I'm going to put Miller out there for Waters. Waters is playing well, but he's a bit tired. (3-0). Right, let's just drop it back to the standard. Fire out of focus. And then we'll just try and kill the game off. at this point. No need to embarrass them, is there? Having said that, they will now score, probably with that Shanks fella who has done absolutely naff all season. There he is, in fact. Well, I almost spoke that into reality, didn't I? I'm going to have to do an experiment with thought next time. And just, if I just think it, will it happen? Because that would at least rule out some sort of microphone attached to my PC. I know this is... Is that what's doing it? If I wasn't recording... No, it doesn't. That can't be it, because it happens even when I'm not recording. So unless this microphone is sneakily on all the time... Maybe it is... Oh, go on, McCall. Go on. Go on, son. There we go. Okay. Not sure who you saw there. Wasn't the greatest of passes, was it? That XG, because we've had two absolute sitters and that we've scored and one that we missed. So Milne nearly had his legs taken out from under him. Dirty Peterhead. Glad we won't be playing you again next season. They're probably in some cup now I've said that. Will it into existence. Oh, Alan nips in. I have to say he has done very well at right back, given the fact that he really is more of a centre back. Oh, Milne again being taken out. What is with you people? They've got some sort of rivalry with Ayr United or something. They're just trying to nobble one of their good youngsters. Ah, Matty Allen, go on. Oh, I was going to say, if you'd have stayed central, you could have given it a hit. But, well, 3-0. A relatively rare clean sheet. And we'll have a look, see what that means for the final table, and we'll have a quick look at the, the club awards and records that we might have set this season. Be back soon. Right, well, it's occurred to me that whilst our season is done and dusted, the season is going to drag on for weeks because there's all these playoffs to go through, and we won't get like the season review stuff and all that until then. But I thought we'd have a quick look at the actual proper league table. 110 goals for, plus 69 goal difference. Nice. Well, we equalled East Fife's 88 points in a season. And where are we? Most league wins. Yep, I think... Did we equal that or did we finish one behind it? Can't remember. And goals... There we are. We have set that record this season. 110. God, Sterling were bad, weren't they? Good grief. So Henderson actually third on the goal scoring list, but the top two assisters. McCallum, you see, we didn't keep that many clean sheets. We beat people well, but we did keep on conceding goals when we went about 3 up. The boys do have a habit of switching off. I have got a busy period ahead of me now because we want to be coming back for the start of next season. So I have got a lot of work to get through to identify some players who might be useful to sign. Let's just get back to that glorious league table. Look at that. Look at that. We weren't even first for all that bit. Good lord. And then once we hit the top, never headed. Right. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this season. I certainly did. It has been, generally speaking, one of the most fun seasons I've ever actually managed for, and I mean the takeover is just cherry on top. So let's hope we can continue the rise for Forfar to where they should be, duking it out with Celtic and Rangers. Whether I'll still be here for that, who knows? I mean, I might get poached if I take them all the way up to the top flight. You never know. We will see. It is a journeyman after all. Anyway, once again, I'm still waffling, so thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.